Today's episode is brought to you by the best store in the universe. Thousands of shirts, but not really. Shop now and support the show at MaddoxRules.com. Welcome to the best debate in the universe. Every debate in the universe, from shitty burgers to unsolved murders. With over 4.5 million downloads, I'm your host, Maddox. With me is the Rear Admiral of Tangents, Ron Babcock.
Hello, Maddox.
And moderators in training, Rod Kim and Vince Cirino. What's up?
What's up?
Playing the guitar. That's my guitar.
Welcome back.
Not really.
To the show. Yeah, that's the same theme song we've had for 131 episodes. I think the audience knows that that's not you, Vince.
No, yeah. Definitely not me.
We've got some great guests with us this week. This week, we're going to be debating what is the shittiest fast food. Ooh. And I was going to say in America, but you know what? It can expand to the world, because I've had some shit meals in other countries. And some of them are U.S. fast food companies in other countries.
Oh, see, I've had the opposite experience. I've had such a better experience in another country on a U.S. company.
Really? Okay, then we're gonna compare, because I have had that as well. I'll tell you the company, because I wonder if it's the same one we have in mind.
Because I'll tell you where I had the better meal was in Japan.
Yeah,
KFC.
Everything was perfect.
Does the place you're thinking of rhyme with Sinnott?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it KFC?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I have a KFC story for you, though.
Gotcha.
All right, but we should first give us.
I think Maddox has a story for every fast food. Like, I'd be more surprised if you didn't have a KFC story.
I got a KFC. I used to work. That was my first job.
Oh, really?
KFC. Yeah. I've only had 2 jobs in my life.
Okay.
And KFC was one of them.
Holy
was
shit.
my first job.
Wow.
Yeah. But we'll get to that in a second. I should give a proper introduction to our guests this week. They are, you guys like to call yourselves the self-deprecating romantic pop rock duo, right? Mm-hmm. It's Rod, Kim, and Vince Cirino. Welcome to the show. Whoops.
That's what it feels like when we enter a room.
That's the straw man tune. When someone makes a straw man argument on the show. Also, I'll be playing this if someone makes an ad hominem attack. Yeah, that's right. So you guys watch your asses. I haven't played it a lot.
I've never even heard that one. And I've been doing this for like a year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been about a year almost.
About a year, and I've never heard that one before.
That's because
you piece of fucking shit.
You know,
I used to do that. So when Rucka was the old moderator on the show, we had a lot more philosophical debates, and that's when these things would come into play. We'd play the straw man argument, the ad hominem attack, because we got into some real heavy shit. But on this show, I think I don't foresee us making a lot of ad hominem attacks based on the fast food debate.
That's where you're wrong.
What we're talking about today.
this so reminds me of my college philosophy classes.
Yeah.
Our Professor Mulholland, you're out there, like he used to like grade us. He didn't believe in textbooks because philosophy. So we'd have to debate him weekly, and he would start all of our grades at an F, and we had to work our way up.
Oh, like zero-based budgeting. Gotta earn it.
Yeah, it was rough.
We also got some super chats in the chat room. I'm going to be reading these. Guys, if you want to join in live we usually record these on Saturdays. I post an update on social media, on Twitter, Facebook. Follow me there if you want to see, or subscribe to the channel, and you'll be able to tune in live and leave us super chats and comments. I'm going to read some of these from Eric Harris for $2.99, and I guess that's from the iPhone because it defaults to $2.99.
Yeah, it like defaults to these weird like sale price things.
Yeah, he said, "Oh yes, Taylor is back. I'm coming." And we had Taylor Nikolai in the chat room earlier. We got a lot of old school. But we got Jesse PS in the chat room. He's doing some cum emotes. He says, "What's the sound effect for coming?" It might be this. And let's see if I even have this on the soundboard anymore.
Yeah.
That's the old Rucka. We also got this. This is Jesse PS. His voice.
It's a Rucka wrap-up.
Old school.
Nice.
We got $2 from Kirk Wilcox. He says the worst fast food is In-N-Out because long ass lines. Okay, Kirk, that's a good you know what? That's
point.
an interesting argument.
It goes so fast.
Like,
You ever sit in that line?
I've never been in an In-N-Out line. Drive-through, yeah, okay, I give it to you. But then get up out of your car, go in. I've never waited for more than 10 minutes. It's turn and burn them.
Man, I could
You
have
have to
taken
wait
like
for your
3
food.
shits, shaved, all in the car, which is pretty crazy.
I mean, I feel like one of our last albums was recorded while waiting in line at In-N-Out.
We've lived in cars.
It's worth the wait. I mean, it's still fast food.
Yeah.
It's not
You're
as
still getting
fast.
your animal fries.
Yeah.
Fat ass.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that though, because last night we went to see a movie. We went to see Us.
Yeah.
And right before we had like some time, we're like, oh, I really feel like fries. And outside the theater was a Five Guys, and they closed like the second we walk up to the door. So like, let's go to In-N-Out.
Hey,
we're
that's
like,
a win.
yeah, right. But we're like,
Not a fan.
we're like, oh, fucking In-N-Out. But then I looked on Google because they could tell you the traffic going through somehow. I was like, it says no traffic. We're like, let's go. It's the only time we're gonna.
Google Maps like shows the In-N-Out drive-through traffic.
It shows like restaurant traffic.
Oh my-
Yeah.
No shit.
Wow.
So it says little or no wait, and we're like, let's go. We're never gonna get this opportunity again.
Hell yeah.
Now we're writing a song called Little or No Wait.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got another one from Eric Harris for $1.99. Maybe not the iPhone, but he says, "When's Maddox doing a back shaving stream?" You know what? That'll be a short stream because my back hair is, it's like moderate. It's moderate. And I ask girls that I date.
What a turn on for women. Oh, babe, it's only moderate back hair.
Yeah.
Is it spotty?
Oh, okay. So we're all fucking progressive. We're not supposed to shave our armpits, but now men are back shamed.
Yeah, it is like hair on the front of the body is okay, back of the body's gross.
Are you starting that hashtag back shame?
Yeah, stop back shaming me. And by the way, I would say it's more appropriate to have it on your back because who the fuck is unless you have a partner, how are you gonna shave that shit?
Dude, it sucks. I try to. It's like when I do my back day, it's like a
Back day.
It's like It's like a whole Saturday morning. And there's always like a spot in the middle where you just have to have a really close relationship with a certain friend. Mine used to be a guy named Ben, and we used to call it our duty. And he would come up and be like, "Hey man, it's time to do your duty." And I would come in and we would like nair each other's backs, and we would like. To this day, we don't really talk about it.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
Because it's really hard to do it on your own.
Yeah.
That's how you guys bond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a real pro.
It's also like be like, I need a girlfriend.
Yeah. I'll shave your back, you shave mine.
Literally.
The closest thing is a while back, Vince had like a really bad rash breakout thing, and so someone had to put on this like cortisone cream. So I had like these gloves on, and I was like, oh.
Oh god!
But it was like because we're friends, you know.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, but then when we realized it was gonna have to be like more often, we're like, let's call Kathy, who's a nurse and a friend,
and
not me.
She's got soft hands.
I do also want to mention that Ron, last week before we recorded the show, you did a comedy show at a late night theater that was super funny. It was.
Oh, it was like a weird game show.
Yeah.
Like a word, idiomatic.
Idiomatic, yeah.
It was all about words and like guessing the history of words. It was really fun. My team won. I did not get one answer correct.
Yeah.
But I was with one guy on the team who was also a contestant on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And he was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen his Jeopardy clip too. I think he has, we have like 3 or 4 friends of ours who've been on Jeopardy. And he was one of them. And I think there's a Jeopardy clip. And he's amazing. He's brilliant.
Maximilian Giroux.
Yeah, he did so well. But there's also a clip, and I think it's him. It's also like one of the worst Jeopardy answers of all time.
Whoa.
I don't know if it was him or another one of our friends, but I mean that was a while ago.
But like the thing about that show is I like to think of myself as a pretty mild-mannered person, but whenever there's any competition based, like I immediately turn into the biggest, like, why don't you suck my dick? Because you're gonna lose. Like, I just turn into this aggro bro out of nowhere. And I'm usually very like, hey guys, everyone should just kind of be cool and accepting.
Yeah.
And just immediately I'm like, who am I? And people are like, wow, you really shout a lot. And I was like, I don't realize I guess I do.
It was so funny. They like the clues were like they put their booty in the ocean. And so you're supposed to guess.
These thieves put their booty in the ocean.
Yeah.
And we're like, what is it? And it took us forever to be like, oh, pirates.
It was pirates, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it took us like 5 minutes to figure out.
Cardi B?
I found the clip. It is actually our friend Max who was on Jeopardy, and it's part of a compilation. It says 10 really incorrect Jeopardy answers. I'm going to play this if we can. I don't know if I should. Should we? Or,
I mean, you can always cut it out.
Yeah. All right. This will probably get... Let's see if I can find the Max clip. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Here's the setup.
Max, what is Israel? No. Kevin.
What is Syria?
Right.
Nation, 600.
Switzerland, Sweden, Swaziland. Max.
What is Switzerland?
No. Kevin.
What is Sweden?
Right.
Nation, 800.
Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia. Max.
What is Pakistan?
No. Kevin.
What is Indonesia?
Yes.
Most populous nation, 1,000.
Portugal, Colombia, Peru. Max.
What is Peru?
No. Kevin.
What is Colombia?
Right.
Wow.
That's well, you got to be known for something.
Yeah, but he actually did really well on the show, and then he crushed it that night. He just had a string of bad luck. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's like the one thing he couldn't get.
Yeah, like you have a 30% chance of getting it right every time.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
But then Kevin has a 50% chance of getting it right after you fail.
Exactly. Yeah. You always wait till the first guy goes. All right. And we should also mention you guys are amazing music producers, singers, songwriters. You do sketch comedy. You guys have
weirdness.
Yeah, and I think we met a long time ago through YouTube stuff, video stuff, right?
Yeah, YouTube space.
Yeah,
And Rucka.
Yeah.
Which is it's wild because like very very brief, okay, love Rucka. Very very brief story. Like in college, myself and all our dorm mates like worship Maddox. Like we had the books, we had every edition. Like we got like the hardcover, softcover. Like we had the posters. We went with the website every day. I photographically remember the page where he talked about why he had a black background, like the page and stuff.
Yeah,
and so like
I like it.
I know we've known each other for a while now, so it's not completely fanboying right now. But like the 13-year-old version of me, is like
Like, I have a friend who I've known for we met at like multiple parties. He's like a fan of mine, whatever. And he texted me the other day, and we were like texting back and forth. And he goes, "Wow, it's really surreal to be getting texts from Maddox." And I'm like, "What? Dude, we've been hanging out for like over a year or two."
He's just you're just now telling me?
Yeah, I consider him
You
like
just
a
started
friend.
now texting him back.
I am notoriously slow at responding to email. I think one of my I used to tell this on book tour, but I once received an email from someone. I think he sent me an email in like 2004, and I replied to him in 2008. And his email was like, "Hey Maddox, really big fan of yours. I'm going to Afghanistan or Iraq. I'm going to be deployed overseas." I think it was Afghanistan because it's 2003. Yeah, he's like, "I'm going to Afghanistan. I was wondering if it'd be okay if I just printed out a bunch of your articles and took them with me just to read them on base." And I remember seeing this like in 2008, and I responded to him like, "Yep."
Yep.
So it takes so long for me to respond. You could go down serving for our country before you get a response.
I love that, actually. I love that move, is responding. Like, I would love to respond to like an old Evite, somebody's wedding that's already passed, and be like, "Sorry, man, can't make it."
Yeah. Oh, it's right on my vacation time.
I feel like our lives are slowly like becoming that, because before I used to be like, oh, we respond all the time, but now like we are in like LA, like, you know, vibe and everything. It's like there's so many things going on. You're doing so many things.
Yeah.
Like I remember one of our musician friends, she went from like gigging on the same dock in Delaware as us to like #1 song in the country.
Whoa.
So I like texted her. I was like, "Hey, congrats! You're probably not going to see this." And like 3 months later, she was like, "So sorry, just getting to this." I was like, "No, I hope all our friends are so successful."
Yeah.
We all take 3 months at minimum to get back with each other.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Like when we like, I see a friend or somebody I've known for a while who really makes it.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that these people don't handle it with grace. There's only one person I know who we used to be really tight, and we used to like walk around, like go on long walks and hang out and grab like food together, talk about philosophy, talk about issues, and we'd like get coffee and everything. And as soon as this guy like made it, like he was on a hit TV show, I kept hitting him up. I'm like, "Hey man, you want to grab coffee or like hang out this weekend?" He goes, and then I never got a response back, and then again and again and again, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm done trying. That's shitty."
You,
But like most
you
people
said something similar about people in the past. Like if you're the only one making the effort.
Well, yeah, it takes two to tango, right? Jesus.
Yeah, you got to put in the effort as well. Like and I don't know. I used to joke about that too. I'm like, man, as soon as I make it, I'm gonna get all new friends.
It's a weird thing to say, but it's fucking true.
I'm not going to talk to anyone I've ever known before my fame ever again. But that was like a joke. And then like you see it actually happen. You're like, wow, that's really shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever you're putting out. If your energy is something good, then you're gonna attract good things. I believe that shit.
Oh man,
I fucking
LA
believe that shit,
gotten
man.
into you.
It has become like a level of energies now, like where I'm feeling different things on different people, like knowing which routes to take business wise, like collaborations to do. Like it's all an energy thing, baby.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
if we're not vibing, then it's not right.
you sound like a chick I dated the other night.
Shit,
I got to tell. Well, just about. I got to tell you guys a story.
Did it look like Vince in a wig? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah, all 250 pounds of me.
No, she didn't look like you. She was really cute. First, there was a red flag. For one of the first conversations we had, she was telling me that she's a healer, and she was like doing some healing. I'm like, all right.
It's like you're going to hear that.
What is
all
that?
night.
Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean? So we meet, and she's like, she also does real estate. I'm like, oh, so you do real estate? That's your thing. And then she was telling me about like,
No, I'm a healer of people who don't have houses.
I heal with houses.
so she was telling me about like this. This
Healer is just someone's just like, so you didn't go to medical school, huh?
yeah. She's like, I'm into alternate everything. I'm like,
Okay.
everything.
Oh yeah, but like healer is just to me is just like, so you spend way too much money on crystals, huh?
Oh yeah.
She's like a healer. I'm like, well, so am I gonna get measles on this date? Like, alternate everything, right? Okay. So then she's like kept telling me about just how amazing,
Which is its own kind of conformed anti-conformity. You know, when
anti-vax,
when you're just choosing the alternative.
Yeah.
Like a guy said that to me in college once, and it always stuck with me because I'm always like the little hipster piece of shit. I'm just like, whatever, man. And then you choose something else, and he's like, dude, you're just as bad because you're just choosing the opposite of what's super popular. He's like,
Yeah.
you're just a conformed anti-conformity. like, oh, fuck, you're right.
Goths. I criticized Goths for that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that the thing in like the 90s? People would say like all nonconformists wear black.
Yeah. There's that famous it's from a Monty Python, which movie I don't remember, but he goes, "We are all individuals," and everyone goes, "Yeah," in the crowd, and then one guy goes, "I'm not." I thought that was like one of the most perfectly formed jokes. It was so well done. I love it so much. Anyway, guys, we should get to the debate this week, which is what's the shittiest fast food. Before we get to that, though, I want to hear everyone's buzzer. Here's what mine sounds like.
And
run. Yep.
Sure, let's do that one.
And run. Trigger. There it is. If you hear a buzzer from anyone during this debate, that means someone's disagreeing with someone else, or we're just chiming in with an interjection. But as our guests this week, I'm going to give you guys first stab at the debate. What's the shittiest fast food? And I know you guys also wanted to talk about what the best fast food is too, so we can have both of those debates. But we got a bunch of shitty ones to get to.
Is this one of those things where I have to like pat it with a compliment before I bash it? Is that how we talk about the good things? Like
only if you happen to be really good friends with Mr. McDonald's. No, you don't have to. You don't have to pat shit on this show.
Honestly, if anyone's been to Checkers, I'm sorry. Checkers is gross as fuck.
Checkers. What is Checkers?
I've never,
It's Rallies.
Oh, Rallies.
Yeah,
Checkers
I've never
and
been to
Rallies.
Checkers with their weird metal umbrellas on a slant. But yeah, walk us through a Checkers experience.
It's like you'd expect this like nice chili dog. You're excited, right? You pull up, and as soon as you look over, they just start throwing up into your car. And that is the food that you get from Rallies.
Also
Rallies.
describes the date.
Doesn't Rallies have really great onion rings? Isn't that their
Fries.
thing? Fries?
French fries.
But
maybe
McDonald's is
onion
known
rings
for
too.
their fries.
They got really great STDs too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's probably the seasoning.
Like that they pass around.
I remember as a kid, one of the things we got as a reward for like being good in school or reading a book or something were these little vouchers for like Rallies fries because their default fries are seasoned.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that set it apart. And also, I was like 11.
I'm into I like the seasoning. I like the novelty of seasoning. You know what? Throw that fucking Cajun dash on there.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
You got to try our Cajun fries. Like, what makes it Cajun? You just dash a bunch of fucking seasoning on it. Great. You know what? I'm still into it. But but when they charge you $1 extra, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Well, take us through a time you had Checkers and you were when you realized this is just garbage.
There was this one time where, now this is like in a shitty part of Delaware. So I'm from Delaware, Wilmington, and it was just recently gave it the astute name Rat Orgy Delaware.
Oh yeah.
By what was it?
Colin Jost from SNL.
Yeah. So I'm from there.
Like 2 weeks
and
ago.
I guess with it being so infested with ratness, and stupidity, the restaurants, I guess, it like wears off into the who they hire. So it might be just the location that I went to, but
Okay.
you know when it's bad when you get the burger and you're like salivating, you're so hungry, you just want to bite into this thing, and you smell it and it doesn't smell like a burger.
Oh, yeah.
And you're
How
like-
do you get that smell wrong? Because there's so many things that smell like a burger that go into making that smell, which is like the lettuce, the tomato, the ketchup, the bun, the patty. To even have like two of those elements, it's going to smell like a burger.
And I'm not a picky dude. Like, look at me. I'm, so like, I would like, I still fucking ate it anyway, but it smelled weird and it didn't taste like that classic American burger we're used to. Lettuce, tomato, onion on a bun, like with a burger, a little bit of cheese, maybe you gotta add some bacon, make it a.
It is weird.
But it was just nasty. It was to a point where I still was like debating on whether this is the worst thing I've ever had in my life on the way to like another like very sad event. So it's like you continue, it's like this negative thought loop for the rest of the day.
Did you go to like a funeral after that? Like, what the hell?
And explosive diarrhea.
Now,
Just end with that.
Now, what would you say is your favorite fast food?
Oh, okay. So favorite fast food. There's this like little chain in Ohio. I don't even know if it's a chain. It might be like a certain few restaurants that a family owns named Schwenson's.
Schwenson's.
And they have their burgers, by the way. I don't even know if they're fucking burgers or if they're sausage patties, but they smelled like maple syrup.
Whoa,
So
that sounds good.
You're eating the lettuce, tomato. I just described it, but when you bite into that, it's like this simple like sweetness, and you're just like staring out into the Ohio sun and like
I just love the idea
pondering
of just,
about
like,
your life.
biting into a Schwenson's.
Yeah. People like it sounds like a place
You know
go.
it's Schwenson's. It's gotta be good.
Sounds like a place you go if you really want to have a good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
you got those the people with like the undercarriage, right?
Yeah.
You want to have a fucking hearty shit. You got Swenson's shit.
that's right.
I just want to bite into a Schwenson's right now so bad. Like, it's just such a great word.
Yeah, Schwenson.
Their fries pretty banging. Everything I've had there is pretty good.
Why have we not stopped there on a tour?
It's in a weird area between
Yeah, it's called Ohio.
Canton. Yeah, it's like it's not like in town.
What's weird too is like I grew up in Indiana, so I should have like heard of
Schwenson's?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just mentally blocked for some reason.
We got some super chats I need to get to from Apostolos Constantino. Welcome back, Apostolos, for €2. He says shittiest fast food in America. Oh, excuse me, in the universe is McDonald's. McDonald's is. I would agree with that because it's just so classic and so easy to shit on. But I'm not going to mention McDonald's is not my choice only because for that reason.
It's like a low hanging fruit kind of thing.
I think really objectively it's Taco Bell. Like Taco Bell is so fucking.
Dude, you're
bad.
fucking high.
What?
You're so high. Why is Taco Bell bad?
There is nothing on the menu that's good. That's why.
How can you say that the Doritos Locos Taco is bad?
I've never had
bad
it.
for you.
The ranch one especially.
It's like the normal nacho cheese Doritos Locos is just great. It's fantastic. I get so excited when I get to eat it. It's like taco
God.
fudge.
Oh man, that's exactly what it's like, taco fudge. Remember
Not before eating it.
Yeah, I remember my family. Like we were.
You're not even going to put Del Taco as being worse than Taco
Del
Bell.
Taco's really bad, but they're very similar. I went to Del Taco. It was the first time I came to California. I'd seen Del Taco commercials for years, and I finally saw a Del Taco. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to go into Del Taco. And I bought a bunch of stuff. I got like 2 tacos, a burrito, and like something else. And it came to
Cheeseburger.
Yes. it came to like $5. And I'm like, what? How's that possible?
I know,
how did I buy so much
Yeah.
food for $5? And then I look in the bag, I'm like, oh. That's how. It's like the 99-cent store version of tacos
Bell.
and burritos.
Exactly.
Like,
Listen, I will eat. I will get excited to eat Taco Bell, and I go to all the taco stands in LA, the ones on just the side street for the best tacos I've ever had. They're amazing. But once in a while, I'll still like plop down to 10 and just be like, let's go to Shit Town, buddy, and just go to Taco Bell and go wild. I love Taco Bell.
I almost like had Taco Bell like my bottom, like maybe tied with Del Taco, mostly because of service. but it's hard for me to put it at the bottom because I'm a vegetarian, and it's one of like the only fast food restaurants that have like a complete like underground vegetarian menu. So it's like, ugh. It does suck because we were there 2 nights ago. We were in the drive-thru for like half an hour, no joke, with no explanation,
shoot myself,
no apology,
and you're locked in. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like you could reverse.
and then when we got up there, we're like, there's like 7 people in the kitchen. Like I couldn't figure out like what was going on. The only thing I could think of later is I told Vince, I think they just started mobile ordering. So maybe they're working on a bunch of mobile orders. But like there was no explanation why like my 2 tacos and a burrito and a Coke like took like half an hour, you know?
I was having a freaking coronary in the car, like grabbing onto things and like.
Yeah, the best part is he wasn't even ordering food. It was just for me.
Oh, that's so
Get
frustrating.
me out of this line.
Well, I did that the other night with Taco Bell a couple months ago. Taylor, I was hanging out with Taylor Nikolai, and our old news babe on the show, and he wanted to get Taco Bell like 1 a.m. He goes, "Oh, you know that's a thing we do."
Taco Bell at 1 a.m. is just.
I gotta be honest. 1 a.m. Del Taco has been like a favorite for
best thing.
musicians like us, like where you can get like a taco for $1.
There's nothing I want. Jesse P.S. in the chat room says Maddox is just mad that his prediction of a burger taco shell didn't come true. That's right. I did make a prediction for New Year's 2018 that, you know, we had a 2018 prediction, and mine was that they would have a taco burger with a patty for the shell.
Yeah.
And that never fucking
They
happened.
kind of did that with the chicken thing.
Yeah, they did that with the chicken
close.
thing. Yeah, it's pretty close.
You know they workshop.
They're dancing around it because they have French fries now at Taco Bell.
Oh, do they?
They're nacho fries. They're seasoned fries
You
with
know, the
nacho
fucking
cheese.
Taco Bell-
Dude, they're not good. I got them. I immediately regretted it.
I like them, but for the same reason that 11-year-old me like Rowley's fries.
Dude, all this fast food, always just, I eat it and then it makes me feel like my body is going to war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I mean, none of it's, put it like this, none of it's good for you.
Yeah.
There's only 2 fast food places that I think have a quality product. The first is Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. I'm a fan. It's a good sandwich. It's better than fuck ass Chick-fil-A.
How long have you been a fan of that sandwich? The way you're looking at me right now.
I don't know what are you getting at?
It sounds like you've been a fan of that sandwich.
I like the sandwich. It's a good sandwich.
I like that sandwich too.
Not like fucking overrated bullshit ass Chick-fil-A, which I fucking hate. Because you know what? The first time I went to Chick-fil-A, because you know everybody was all about Chick-fil-A in LA. I don't know why everyone loves Chick-fil-A.
Dude, everyone who says that, I fucking love Chick-fil-A, I'm like, can you just get a real fried chicken sandwich? Like, it's not. There's so many options in Los Angeles for a really good fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
When someone eats at Chick-fil-A, I'm like, you basic bitch.
Get
Will you
fucked.
just like try something?
Yeah.
If you think this is good, I feel sorry for you.
That's true. That like in LA, there's no excuse to like Chick-fil-A more than anything else. Like in like Kokomo, Indiana, I think they would have like a day for Chick-fil-A. Like a national day if it opened up there.
Don't make it Sunday.
And we had like a big protest against Chick-fil-A too, because they kind of like
It's a Christian company.
Yeah, it's a Christian company, and they kind of proposed they actually donated some against like some anti-gay marriage shit.
Yeah.
And I even have a friend who's like pretty woke, and he's like, man, I love the homos, but I love
I love chicken too.
I love
chicken
Chick-fil-A too. I'm like, it sounds like you love both the way you phrased it, but he's like, I just love the sandwich.
I
I'm
just
like,
don't
it's
eat at
such a
Chick-fil-A
shitty-
because the sandwich to me is not that good.
It's just not good. They
fries.
They throw on those 2 tiny fuck ass pickles in
Yeah.
the middle. So you know
yeah,
what?
so you're just eating sandwich bread, and then at the end you get a little bit of pickle.
A bite of pickle. You know what? Fuck you. I don't need your fucking charity pickles. Don't deign me in the middle of this. I'm parched. I'm eating this whole fucking sandwich. There's nothing on it until I finally get to an oasis of pickle. Like, oh, thank God, one bite of pickle. And they're the smallest fucking thing. They're like the smaller than a dime. The smallest coin in the U.S. currency is a dime. Those fucking pickles. Where do you even find cucumbers that slender? What are they, fucking asparagus?
That's the thing is when you know they're chinsing on their big cucumber budge.
Yeah.
They're not. I want a thick pickle.
Yeah,
right.
can you just like spread it? I want the taste. Like, why bother changing the flavor of one bite of this whole fucking sandwich? What's the point of that, dipshit?
Yeah.
Wait
no,
for thick
totally
pickles.
agree.
Get the fuck out of here.
Also,
Yeah,
side
fuck you with
note,
your pickles.
after this, we're gonna write a funk song called "Thick Pickle."
Yeah. It actually was my my nickname in high school.
Because you like pickle.
DJ Thick Pickle.
So it's a funny little thing that you probably love about this. In Philly, I forget which sports stadium it was, but they opened up like a new sports stadium, and they like were renovating things, and they decided the stadium restaurant would be Chick-fil-A. Oh, it was football. I think because most football games happen on Sunday, right? I don't know. I don't
think so.
sports. Yeah.
Right.
But So they decided to open Chick-fil-A up there. No one in the entire thought process thought they're not going to be open on the one day they were open.
Shit.
Yeah, get fucked.
Yeah.
We got a super chat.
With your pickles.
We got a super chat from Eric Harris for $9.99. Thank you, Eric Harris. He says, best is Five Guys, worst is Popeyes.
Five Guys is not the best.
Five Guys is not.
It is. Okay,
no.
so everyone loses their mind over Five Guys.
Yeah.
Here's what you have to take into account. You have to take in the cost of your meal.
Yeah.
Now, I go to In-N-Out, and you get a burger for what, like $2.50
Yeah.
or some shocking amount.
Right.
You go into Five Guys, and like the same burger is like $6 or $7. Is it twice as good as the one from In-N-Out? No. Is it a fine burger? Yes, it is the definition of an okay burger.
Yeah.
Oh, but what about the fries, bro? What about and they give you this feeding bag full of fries. Guess what? I don't need that many fries.
No.
I'm fine with just some fries, but they're better than In-N-Out. Great, but I don't go out to eat fast food because of the fry.
Yeah.
I go out for the burger.
Yeah.
So like Five Guys, people always get on you like it's amazing. It's not fucking amazing.
No.
It's fine.
It's amazingly overrated. And then they
And the a la carte menu is such bullshit. You
Yeah.
don't give a combo deal, so I gotta pay $12 for like a burger, fries, and a soda.
You don't even
Yeah.
get
Fuck
anything
you,
on the
man.
burger, and
I
you're
could
already
sit
at
at
that
a
price.
restaurant at that point.
Yeah, and then
Not your weird line with potatoes in it that I gotta walk through.
Forgot about that.
yeah, and the
To me,
fucking
it's just
peanut
like
shells.
They're all like, "Oh, look at our
yeah.
potatoes; they're so fresh." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Why don't you just pay for storage?"
Yeah.
Like, why am I walking through your pantry, and then you give me a garbage bag full of fries, and I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be happy about
Wow.
it?
Yeah.
To me, it's just super wasteful. I always end up throwing a ton of it away.
And then the gimmick of peanuts is the worst, man.
I
The
know.
fucking, here's a shit ton of fucking peanuts that you don't.
Hey, do you like eating in trash? Five Guys.
Oh, that's fun. It's fun. We're stomping on peanut shells. It's not fun. It's
It's garbage.
Yeah, it's a health hazard.
Yeah.
It is a health hazard.
You don't like health code violations with your burger?
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah, just dump it on the fucking floor. And it's like those rustic steakhouses.
Yeah.
You know, those
It's
like
like
folksy
Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse. Like, just drop your peanut shells on the floor. I'm not a fucking animal.
You know what
Why
this-
are we deconstructing civilization?
There's a thing we call a fucking trash can. People.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why we started cleaning.
You know, that's an interesting conspiracy theory, though, that you have peanuts so you don't have to clean as much. Because they just like mass
That's
the
actually,
other shit.
That is exactly
That's the
it. It's
equivalent of putting a freaking newspaper on it.
Only don't even sweep it, just cover it with peanut shells.
If they put up giant newspaper in like a Texas Roadhouse, at least then I would be, at least that's a step above just littering in the where you eat. Like, I've never been eating anything, and I'm like, man, I really wish I could throw everything out the fucking.
I have sometimes, but it's been like at other places.
Oh man, last
But
night.
if you're gonna do that, at least be like, "Yeah, how much is the burger? I don't know, $1." And you're like, all right, not like a $12 meal. I expect
Yeah.
to have a clean floor.
Yeah.
It would be a cool thing to have a place where I can go to eat and then break everything in front of me and then go home.
Well, that's different. I'm
That's
about that.
That's
shit.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm about.
That's
like,
why they weld the tables down.
Yeah, don't sell me this fucking $7 burger with like peanut shells on the ground. If it's a place that has peanut shells on the ground, I want the word Emporium to be in the title.
Like an elephant just like wanders in. Like,
Man, we really shit on Five Guys there for a minute.
I honestly, the only reason I wanted to do this debate was so I could shit on Five Guys. That was my main thing. Like, it's fine. It's fine. But don't eat, like, I think In-N-Out is such a better burger, such a better experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fries aren't that good, but I'm going for the burger.
I like
you
the
know?
fries at In-N-Out.
What was the specific thing, like being an East Coaster? They're always like, you got to try In-N-Out. You got to try In-N-Out. And I'm like, cool. What do I have to try at In-N-Out? What the fuck do I have?
Have you tried the hamburger?
Like, don't they only have like 3 things?
But no,
Yeah, they have
like,
3 things on the menu. What
I'm
else
a
are they-
big-
I'm thinking
That's
past
my
what
thing.
the
I'm a-
menu is.
I'm
like,
a big
What's
fan.
the special thing?
Oh,
Right?
see, I mean, that's the thing is you could like they have a couple things,
Yeah.
But then you can order. My girlfriend hates the way I order In-N-Out because I go, can I get a double single? It's a double hamburger, single slice of cheese, toasted. That means toasted buns, animal style, light on the special sauce.
Oh my God.
With extra pickles and chili and
See?
chilies.
He knows.
And then like and sometimes if I'm feeling like Fit Ron will also get it protein style, which means it's in a lettuce wrap, which
Flavor
also
points.
means I'm better than you guys.
Yeah.
True.
That
I'll
is
take that.
super annoying.
I'll take that.
I'm with your girlfriend
Are you,
on that
are
one.
you are you from the East Coast?
Yeah, I'm from
Maryland,
like Northeast
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
that makes sense then, because it's like Philly ordering a cheesesteak.
Yeah,
you have to know all 30 details.
Or
yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
New
yeah,
York
with
deli.
or without Whiz,
Yeah.
I mean, I like In-N-Out because it's like, and then they're nice to me, and I like their weird baseball hats and their giant. I like their giant clothespin they wear in their
clothespin
back,
things,
like a cartoon New Year's baby. I like everything about it.
That is really strange how good of mood most employees are in when you go there, and it's always like hectic. Like they must just like dope everybody up before they go out on their shift.
I realize now that it's the monster style that is their specialty. Animal style.
Animal
whatever.
style.
I always
yeah.
say monster.
I'm used to people saying like, oh yeah, you have to go there because they they butter up their buns, they grill the buns. That's what you got to go for the buns. But like for In-N-Out, yeah, I guess it's that.
I'll butter up your buns.
Now, we haven't gotten to. Has Rod had hit? You haven't said yours yet.
Oh,
yeah.
So I would have to say of recent memory, I think Jack in the Box is probably the worst for me.
Jack in the Box.
Mostly because, like, what is it? Maybe 6 or 7 months ago, we were out with a bunch of friends, and it was like 2 a.m. We were all drunk, and like went through like the drive-through at Jack in the Box and just ordered stuff. Like, I think I had a breakfast burrito. Like 2 of the 4 of us, like, couldn't shit straight for like 2 days.
Oh yeah.
After that, we're both like, never again. I don't know what was in it.
If I want Machine Gun Charlie as my asshole, that's where I go to eat.
And they also have like these things on the like they serve tacos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're like deep
Yeah.
fried things that aren't really tacos,
Dude, they look like wet diapers.
right?
Yeah.
I remember.
They keep them in like a little shell, so you can't, because you pull them out and you're like, nothing about my mouth wants to bite into this.
Right.
And everything's like meh, like the
Yeah.
desserts and
It
stuff.
really
Like
is.
It's like when the smell's off.
it's like when I see. I don't know if 7-Eleven counts as kind of fast food, but like it's the same feeling I get when I walk into a 7-Eleven. It's like, what am I going to settle for? Because I have to, like it's like I don't know. It's not great, and it's like it's not expensive, but it should be like half the cost for what it is. Mm-hmm. I think I don't know.
Yeah, Jack in the Box. I remember my first experience with Jack in the Box, and this was like a novelty. It was like in the 90s or something in Utah. We would go there to get egg rolls. I'm like, that's
Egg
fun.
rolls, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fun thing to get at a fast food. And I remember like egg rolls being new, and that was like the hot thing.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what if we just served everything?
Yeah. Well, if you can put it in a microwave, they'll put it in your fucking feedback. There you go, fat ass.
Right.
But then what happened is Jack in the Box had a huge scandal. I don't know if people remember this, but
Yeah.
there was like an E. coli or something outbreak. From
Didn't
Jack-
people die?
forgot
People
about
died, yeah.
that.
And
Damn.
then Jack in the Box was wiped out of Utah. There was no more Jack in the Boxes, and the company was on like Chapter 11. Like it was their last. And then they hired.
But then they found out about jalapeno poppers.
But they hired some like advertising firm that kind of reinvigorated the vision of the brand of the company with like Jack, that smiley face thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of like was their
Restarted, huh?
Yeah, reboot.
Does anybody know what a Roy Rogers is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of Roy.
We-
Rogers.
we-
Chicken
we had-
place, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
is it Roy Rogers? Isn't that it's Carl's Jr. Hardee's, right?
I don't know if that they were all connected or not, but back in the day, Roy Rogers, man, I'm a big chicken fan myself. Anyway, the chicken tenders there were just amazing.
Yeah?
And if you guys are fans of chicken tenders,
Dude, we used to have a place that I've only seen in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, never seen it anywhere else. It was called Captain D's.
oh yeah,
And it was like,
I have seen that.
and it was like this seafood restaurant that would serve like these mini hush puppies, like on a bed
right.
of hush puppies.
Yeah.
And it was like, and no one ever ate there. We ate there once. And I remember as a kid thinking like, this is weird. Like it was just a weird place, but it was like, I've never seen another Captain D's in my life.
that was like a Long John Silver's or
Yeah,
something like
Long
that.
John. I remember
like
that.
an Arthur Treacher's, kind
Yeah.
of like fish and chips kind of.
Yeah,
Why do all these seafood places sound sexual? Captain D's nuts, Long John
John
Silver's.
Silver. I
Yeah.
just remember going home like making fun of
It's
the fucking.
funny
Yeah.
because it's funny you say that because in when I was a little kid, before I could like speak completely, because I had a speech impediment when I was little, I would say
No way.
long. Yeah, I used to say long jaji instead of long johns, and that sounds very similar to the Korean word for like long penis.
Oh, and,
So-
and the Chinese words. Gigi is penis in
Really.
Chinese.
So
yeah.
my mom was like, "Let's just say you want to go to the fish place." Like, but yeah,
okay.
Jack in the Box, man. Like the one last little rant about it. Like
Yeah.
most places get this wrong. I said earlier, I'm a vegetarian, so like I'm usually like, don't put bacon in it or something. Seems like easy to me. Almost every place fucks that up. But this place is like even like royally fucks it up.
You don't want bacon? Just
So-
put a little bit
Yeah.
of bacon in it. You want a little bit
So
of
like
bacon.
my usual go-to, like before this incident, like if I had to get something there, I get a breakfast burrito and tell them don't put any bacon or sausage in it. Just leave it out. And 9 times out of 10, they'll just make something else. Like
What?
it'll have like similar ingredients. Instead of just being the burrito without those two things in it, they'll like have an egg and then like wrap it lightly like in a tortilla and then put cheese on top of it. I'm like, I don't know what scrambled your brain in this. I just wanted that thing without the two ingredients. And they would just like make something else that was like, it was like half the size. It was a
Should have seen
completely
the
different
guy's
thing.
head.
Tangential.
It exploded. He was
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Well, we gave you a unit of food. Here you go. Get out.
Yeah, it was just so weird. So I feel like an asshole going back up. I'm like, can I have the thing I ordered instead of this thing? So,
Yeah.
But it was weird. I don't know what confuses them especially about it. Like,
Well, a lot of the time I'm fucking sitting next to you, and then I have to hear the rant of shit you have to say to get the food that you actually can eat, because the vegetarian thing, and hearing their responses is just like mind-boggling.
actually, one of our earliest YouTube videos, like years and years ago, is us going through the Taco Bell drive-thru and me trying to like talk to the person, and it's like a 10-minute video that's like uncut. It's like, so you want to what?
You could do a whole documentary on like the psychology of the people who work at fast food restaurants and the people who go through drive-thru. Like that whole thing could be its own documentary.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not saying that like all employees of fast food restaurants are like dumb. However, the ones that I'm referencing here are very much so. And like it was one time I think we were Burger King, which once again has like a veggie burger or something, and they'd gotten the order wrong like 6 times within just speaking it or whatever. And then Vince was like, "Are you not just like pissed off?" I'm
Are
like,
you fucking listening?
I was like, I used to get pissed off at something like this, but now I'm thinking like, well, at least this person is working at the Burger King drive-thru, not like NASA, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's a real low bar. Like, hey, at least this person's not saving my life or doing something important. I gotta pick. I know I shoot throughout Taco Bell, which everyone agrees is shitty. I should get through these super chats before I get to my pick, though. So Eric Harris, he said best is Five Guys, worst is Popeyes. I don't have a strong opinion on Popeyes. It's fine. I think I've been to Popeyes. They don't marinate their chicken like KFC does, and I have firsthand experience, firsthand knowledge of the marinade.
This.
Yes, they're two different
Bleach water.
It's
like KFC puts it in.
I mean, yes, the extra crispy. You're not wrong.
cyanide.
Gianator for Canadian $5 says, Ronnie, baby, can you shove that big bald head all the way in your ass?
No.
Could you try?
Pot Awful, Jesse PS for Pot Awful for $1.99 says, Ron Babcock gave reverse birth to my organ baby.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Eric Harris for $1.99 says Wendy's but not Taco Bell, mouth breathing inbred. Wow, we really pissed off Eric because I think that Five Guy rant we went on. And another one from Eric for $1.99 says now he hates Chick-fil-A. Oh wow, we're shitting on all of Eric's favorites. And Patrick S for $2 says Chick-fil-A is a-okay. No, it's garbage. I'll tell you my pick though.
Okay.
This is one. It's regional, but I think it's worth mentioning because a lot of places do this. It's Primanti Brothers, and it's a Pittsburgh chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're
here?
No, they're not. I've only had it in Pittsburgh, and their slogan is "Almost Famous," and I it's so appropriate because their whole claim to fame is they put fries on their burgers.
Yes, they do.
Ooh, wow. Who cares? who gives a shit? Oh, you put fries on your burger. I can do that. I can do that myself.
Yeah.
I don't want you to do something to my food and then claim you fucking did it if I can do it myself at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like people like restaurants get all excited to bring out your fajitas. And it's like, so now I got to assemble my dinner.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why I pay you to fucking do that. Like,
do you
I don't. And then you have like 2 minutes to put fajitas together before they get like bone chilling cold.
Yeah.
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 I also hate places that
I have
are
a different perspective on that, but go ahead.
what the fajitas
The
thing?
fajitas and the like Korean barbecue, like
I was gonna say, like, we have a friend that has a food channel that I won't shout out now because I think he doesn't want people to know this, but like he hates Korean barbecue because you have to pay twice as much to make it yourself. Then he has a much better rant that like
Korean barbecue is great. Well, look, I'll tell you the places I go to, like Counter. There's a place in LA called the Counter.
Love the
Oh.
counter.
You guys love the Counter?
the burgers.
Okay, it has the same thing that Five Guys got going on that pisses me off, which is
It's
like
too fucking expensive.
well, that too, but they also have like 12 different toppings you can add to your burger. And then
A la carte.
yeah, and then you expect like a child. Like most people who order fast food, first of all, are not good cooks. They don't appreciate, they're not like going for the best quality food, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know what the fuck tastes good together. So you just kind of pick things. I don't want to be in the position where I have to choose things and experiment on my burger. Can I have just a trained chef tell me which ingredients and put them on the because here's the thing, caramelized onions can be really good with like blue cheese, but if some dipshit gets caramelized onions with pineapple, guess what, you got too much sweet shit on your fucking burger, dumbass. And that pisses me off. Like, I shouldn't have to think about my food that much.
That's me.
That's you put
because I'm one of those guys who, like, maybe it's the Central Indiana like what's the word, potluck mentality, but I like the leftover mash. So when I look at something like the counter, I'm like, oh yeah, I like these things. And they don't go.
I like them all together.
And then I just end up with a mash on my plate. I'm like, this is so good.
Well, that also coincides with what I was saying about the fajitas and the Korean barbecue. Same thing with the counter and having to pick your things for a burger. I have a culinary background.
Oh,
so,
do you?
So I approach these things differently than a lot of other people.
Okay, so you know what you're doing when it comes to food.
It's fun for me.
So you were a chef or you cook?
Like a line cook, yeah. Did that for years and have some schooling in that as well.
Awesome, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, but it's a weird approach compared to like someone who does not know how to do any of that shit at all. Like the choices, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? One rant I will have about the counter is they have I think it's the Impossible Burger or Beyond, one of the two.
Yeah.
As like a vegetarian, like I hate all the lab meat things. I don't know who they're for. They told me it's for people who are like transitioning into like veganism or something, which I don't know who is anyway. But I don't know if you've ever had it. It bleeds.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which
yeah.
is like the opposite reason of why I would like want to eat burgers, because like I don't.
They're trying to give people like meat eaters on the fence like the idea of like you could still have your cake and eat it too, where it's like this is the same thing as meat, but it's more environmentally friendly and healthier. So they've been trying to like reverse engineer.
But it's so middle of the road that I think like neither like side likes it enough, because like Vince is a carnivore and he's like, this tastes like shit, and then I'm like, I don't like the taste of hemoglobin. You know, like, so the reason I'm vegetarian is I can't digest it. So over time, like the last decade, I just don't have a taste for it either.
So lose those enzymes to break down those types of protein.
I like creative veggie burgers that like have like a lot of shit happening in it and stuff, but I don't want it to bleed. So like when they brought this thing out to me, like I have pictures and stuff I'll show you after this, but like it's like bleeding and it tastes like irony to me and stuff. Like
a vegetable that bleeds is pretty close to the worst thing I've ever heard of anyone putting into their mouth.
This is one of those like
need for bleed.
This is one of those like Jurassic Park moments. Like we were so concerned to see if we could. We never
asked if we should. Yeah.
Like so, like they found that there's like a similar component in like mammal hemoglobin to like plant. So they extract that from the plant and like super concentrated.
And that's what the blood is.
It's actually bleeding. It's just not from an animal.
It's plasma.
Oh my god!
Christ.
Oh, thanks.
That just sounds like so much worse. I kind of feel like if you give up meat, you give up meat.
Yeah.
Like, that's done for you.
Be done with it.
Like, don't try and like, because in a weird way, you're still, it's like, oh, but it's veggie bacon. It's like, yeah, but then you're still like promoting bacon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, find your own shit. Find your own lane.
I get why they create all these like look-alikes, taste-alikes things, but it doesn't make any sense.
But it's almost
to me.
twice the price too. And like a lot of the LA places at least have replaced like all the vegetarian options with like the Impossible and Beyond stuff, and it's like now I just don't like anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't
know.
We got some super chats. One from Jesse from Pot Awful for $1.99. He says Babcock's, and he keeps putting a space between Babco and then CK. Babcock's head lubricated for insertion 9/11 truth.
Thanks for the $2.
Yeah. And I got one from Gianator for Canadian $5. He says, now this is me, Maddox, talking, and I think all minorities need to... Okay.
It's funny. I was just going to say, I love this podcast because we're doing all the things that we're not allowed to do on the other podcast. Usually we have this like primer, like, guys, okay, so you have to tone this down.
Yeah, trust me, we're not allowed to do this on this podcast either. Ron,
I listen, I've been thinking about this like this entire time, and I've been waffling. I've been going back and forth because part of me wanted to say KFC because I've had I've had real fried chicken before I ever had KFC fried chicken, and then once I did that, I was like, it ruined KFC for me, which is fine because KFC ruined itself, but it's not shitty enough. So then I was thinking like Subway, because I feel like in any city there's a sandwich place that's infinitely better than Subway, but then I still get the bacon on just a veggie sandwich at Subway, and it's fine. So then I actually went back and I thought of a time I went to a fast food restaurant, and I don't eat fast food that often. So when I do, it's a fucking big deal. It's a once a month thing for me. I want to enjoy my fast food. I want to enjoy this hot garbage I'm about to eat.
You put the brown pants on?
Yeah. And I ate this fast food, and it's the only time in my life I've ever actually just thrown away an unfinished meal.
Wow.
Because it was Dairy Queen.
Oh, Dairy Queen.
What
Wow.
do you get there?
Now, the Dairy Queen, when it comes to desserts, you know what you're doing.
Yes.
Hot
You're
cool
fine. Frozen yogurt, ice cream,
Blizzard.
sundaes, blizzards,
Yeah.
you're good. But their burger and fries, I just like, it made me so mad. Because I was like, this is so bad, and the fact, and I finally, because I went with my brother-in-law and his family. We all went to it was a burger or Dairy Queen in a gas station, so you knew it was going to be classy.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that's a good first sign.
And I bite into it, and it was just like I've never not finished like a fast food meal before.
Just tastes like
And
disappointment.
It was just really bad. And the only other thing is like the other places that piss me off are the places where it's like Shake Shack pisses me off.
Shake Shack, yeah, it's garbage.
I don't like Shake Shack.
It's fun. It's fun.
so
Yeah.
expensive.
But it's so expensive, and I hate whenever a place is trying to like blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we have a Blaze Pizza by us, and sometimes we go to the Blaze Pizza, and it's like on the wall, and the giant lettering is like pizza reinvented, like not your daddy's pizza. It's like it's just fucking pizza.
Yeah.
It's pizza with toppings on it. It's like, man, get your mind blown by our pizza.
Yeah.
It's just pizza. It's just Shake Shack. You're just doing fast casual dining. It's just a restaurant without waiters. Like, we're ordering from a computer, we're getting it. It's like one step above a vending machine.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when they try. It's like it's just a burger.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the asshole in the boardroom like trying to like pitch this? It's like it's a new paradigm in pizza. Like, what the fuck are you doing to this pizza? Not your daddy's pizza. Like, they're just
I remember I used to. Yeah, you guys ever heard of the hot dog pizza from Pizza Hut?
No.
No.
This is one of my favorite things.
The crust?
So it was a pizza, and around the pizza was a crust. So we're on board. And then inside the crust, though, were tiny little hot dogs.
Word.
And then you could rip that
I
off.
remember that now.
You could rip that
say
off.
word?
They were like little pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, little
Sounds
pigs in
amazing.
and
I
you
do
could,
remember
you could
that.
rip it off and then dip
Was it
it
like
into
croissant crust?
Yeah, it was like a soft crust. And you ripped it off, and then you dipped it into a side of French's
Jesus.
classic yellow mustard.
I call that flavor points.
Because I'm like, it was just, it was like, hey, man, this pizza's pretty good. You know what would make it better? 28 hot dogs. It's just so, like, I hate that food companies are
man.
doing this, where they're asking basically 4-year-olds what they want for lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the new hip.
I feel like I'm asking too much of my ass to shit that out. Like, how many food items am I going to eat at one? It's like you go to a pizza. If you went to a party and they had pizza out, and they also had like little, pizza pigs in a blanket as an hors d'oeuvre, and then they had like a little bit of cantaloupe, whatever. I'm fine with those being 3 separate things. I don't need them to.
One.
Yeah. we have this race for the middle where we keep putting all the food together.
Yeah.
That's why my favorite thing, and we talked about our favorites, my favorite's In-N-Out. I get so excited when I go to eat there because somebody in the chat room mentioned it, and they hit the nail on the head. It was Mucky Mucks. It was basically saying, like, listen, they do a couple things: burgers, fries, milkshakes, and they do them really well, and they're pretty cheap, and it's nice and clean. That's what I want.
I will say something, since I don't forget if we were doing it on camera or not, but we had talked about like how Vince and I have been in LA for just a little over 3 years. The one thing I've noticed that like I crave like normal food more. Like whenever somebody's like, "Oh, where should we eat?" I'm like, "Is there a place we can get like a burger or something?" I know for me it's a veggie burger, but like I just feel like we eat so much like
Define
Peruvian
normal
food
food.
and
Yeah.
like
Oh,
Asian food
okay.
stuff. It's like could you just have like some
American.
fries or something? Because like everything's so like exotic, you know.
it's tough when I go out on
Love
tour, and it's like, because I'll go out on tour with some dudes who's like, just like, I don't know, man, should we eat at Arby's or Carl's Jr.? And
are
I'm
you
like,
talking
how
about?
about none? Like, can we just eat at like a real restaurant or something that's
Ron, remember we were driving up to San Francisco? It was me, you.
yes for the Tournament of Nerds?
Yeah, for Tournament of Nerds. 2 other friends of
We
three
ate
other
at that
friends of ours.
ridiculous steakhouse.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no. So that was like I was the biggest bitch I've ever been in my life on that road trip, because we're driving up and we're all hungry. We're gonna stop for gas or something, and there's a stop, and like 3 people in the car were fine with Taco Bell, and I put my fucking foot down. I said, I will not eat Taco Bell.
We ended up eating at a fucking like really nice steakhouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a roadside lunch.
because I was being a bitch about it. I was like, I will
the chairs
not.
were like lazy boy recliners.
Yeah.
Like they were like
Jeez.
just very comfortable. Like it was like a steakhouse you go to when you graduate from high school with your dad.
Wow.
It was because we were passing all these like fucking livestock. What are those called? Where they have
Farms?
Staple?
Yeah, one of those farms. And
You know the place where food come from? I don't know what they're called.
Farm?
Ralph's.
yeah, grocery stores. There was all these
Grocery stores, but
cattle.
outside.
Yeah.
the animal's not in a package yet.
The animal doesn't have plastic around it yet. It's still moving.
Yeah, it's what they eat. And then we eat them. So we went to the steakhouse, and it was a fine meal. I was so happy we at least went to the steakhouse instead of fucking bullshit ass Taco Bell. And I fucking put my foot down. Everyone in the car.
It was awesome. We're like, thanks, Maddox, for the $25 lunch we just had.
You know what? At least it's a story and an experience versus Taco Bell. Like, well, guys, we got to stop in 2 more exits. We all got to shit this bullshit out.
Yeah.
This fucking gray paste they call meat, and then they're fucking. When I went through the drive-thru menu,
man, I'm still into Taco Bell.
Oh my gosh, there were at least 4 items on the menu that were fluorescent in color. There was like a fluorescent orange Doritos Locos something or other, some orange. What's the
all
drink?
Those drinks.
Yeah, all the fucking fluorescent drinks they have now. It's like, you want some Powerade with your fucking Doritos Locos? Like, what is this? What are you selling me?
Because you'll need electrolytes to digest.
I never thought of it, but you're right. That Taco Bell definitely has the most fluorescent food items. I never thought of it like that. But yeah, you're right. They're like, I bet you that shit, if you ate it in the dark, it would definitely glow in the dark. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to have a glow-in-the-dark taco at some
Create
point.
your own art form there.
Yeah, just
I only do neon taco, or I don't know how you explain that.
I'm like a huge fan of like visiting like local places or something, like something unique, because like we were going to a convention to speak at in Vegas, and like the company that brought us out there took a whole like tour bus out of like a bunch of like I hate the term influencers, like out there, and we were passing through Barstow, California, and Vince and I were like, there's a taco place, Rosita's Tacos. No one ever knows about it. It's best potato tacos. You can just try it. Blah blah. The entire bus vetoed us. They're like, we're gonna go to Panda.
Oh man.
Whenever I'm around somebody who introduces themselves as an influencer, I like to copy exactly what they're doing. And then they look at me and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just being influenced."
It's such like a weird
bullshit.
I don't know who.
It is the most egotistical way of describing me.
Yeah.
I influence.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Like I know,
describing
I can believe that like the other side of the business, like the suits, like call it that. But I don't know why like our side has adopted that, because like one of our friends who like runs a company that does this stuff is like, would you prefer influencer or creator? I'm like, I don't know, just call me a musician. I don't know, like maybe creator is better because
my name's
making
Vince.
things. Yeah, but like the influencer.
But creator also is the most I create. Like,
yeah,
I'm a creator.
Who doesn't?
The only reason I like creator a little bit better is because in like our world of like YouTube and all this stuff, like everybody does something different. Like we have friends that review hamburgers and like we do music, so at least it's like a better way to encompass that without like
I think
going
you should just
specific
call
things.
it what it is: uploader. You upload. You don't necessarily create. There's a lot of bullshit being put online, and not all of it is what I would call a creation. Okay, but you upload. Like it's all. Everybody just uploads.
I will say, like, so we were on a shoot for a video. We'll go unnamed, but I was talking to like an Instagram model who's a very lovely girl. But like, I was telling her like, oh, isn't it weird that like that your friend blah 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 lives in like a shitty apartment on the edge of Hollywood, but you still get jealous of her posts from like the pool with the right angle and everything. Yeah. But you for a fact know that she doesn't live that life, but something emotionally can't get past you. And she's like, I kid you not, I like look over as I'm talking to her. She's like, yeah, it sucks that like people are like that. Like,
oh my gosh, she's holding up her camera, taking a selfie as you were talking.
Like in front of like a fireplace or something. She was trying to get the shot as we were talking. And she's like, I can't believe that people are like that.
Oh my God.
See, Ron, I don't know what your problem is with influencers. I'm a part-time influencer.
Part-time influencer. Only some of the times do I wield power over people, but I'm looking to make it a full-time gig.
Yeah, I do it. I dabble in it. A little bit of time every week.
Yeah, you work at KFC and then you part-time influence.
You took everybody in Joy Hall at Greenville University and taught them how to headbutt to the vagina. So
yeah, that's true. In my first book. I wonder if anyone's an uninfluencer. Like, you're so lame. Like the brands, like people disassociate with the brand because you use it.
Yeah, like, that would be fun. I would love to not be sponsored.
You know what?
That.
I should be the first uninfluencer where people pay me to not use their products. And it's almost like they're bribing
because they don't want to see you using it.
Yeah,
I would love to be at a party and I hear you introduce yourself like, "Oh, I'm Maddox. I'm an uninfluencer."
Yeah,
and because everyone would go, "What is that?"
Yeah,
and be like, "Oh, you definitely don't want me using your products."
Somebody buy that domain.
It's like Edward Norton from Fight Club when he goes into his boss's place. He goes, "Listen, you're going to pay me not to come into work and not file this complaint against your company, and I can do it from home. It's really easy. I'll do the same thing. I'll just go to different brands and companies, and I'll kind of like The Godfather too. I'll be like, "Oh, nice product you got here.
Nice moisturizer.
Yeah, nice.
Be a shame if someone started to use it.
Have you seen my back?"
That's the thing. Like you have like your weekly like back shaving videos and stuff, and like not sponsored by.
This video is not brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. All right, guys, we should wrap this up so we can get to the Babcock tip. I've got the recap of last week's debate. What is the most bullshit ass hobby for your bullshit ass life?
Oh yeah.
That was a really fun one.
Ooh.
And we've got some voicemail, some news. We got to wrap this up. What's the most bullshit ass hobby for your bullshit ass time? Coming in dead last.
This is the best or the worst?
This is
It's what's your most bullshit ass hobby for your bullshit ass life?
yeah, that's how it was phrased. So this is the least bullshit ass hobby.
Okay, gotcha.
Was knitters. These are people who knit.
Yeah.
And I kept telling people, like, I ran into so many people last week being like, "Oh, so you do a debate podcast? What? Like, give me an example of a debate." I'm like, "Well, last week we did bullshit ass hobbies, and what someone brought in, and they're like, what hobbies did you guys bring in?" I'm like, "Well, knitters," and they're like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, they like to be called people who knit. I gave the example. You were like, "My girlfriend crochets, so I can say it." I'm like, still, but let's be very careful with this enunciation and call people who knit.
Yeah, that was a dangerous one.
Yeah.
So great though.
Anyway, so that came in dead last. So I guess that's not that bad of a hobby.
Yeah.
Followed by car mods, which we got a shit ton of voicemail about.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where he's coming from, but like, yeah, I can see a lot of people doing some cool stuff with car mods.
Yeah.
The car mods don't annoy me too much.
Right.
Unless they do. Like some people like the whistlers on stuff.
Yeah, any shit where it's like loud and makes everybody look at you, like that's annoying for me. But
that's
You
why
got
every
that
car
one
should
piece
be,
of shit in the neighborhood that put a muffler, like a fake one of those mufflers.
But like that's why every other
Everywhere.
car should be equipped with like a paintball gun to like equalize.
Yeah.
you know what this does though is this brings it down to our two final choices are between you and me because
Right.
Maddox chose wine tasting, and I chose slacklining.
Yeah, that's right.
So
should we just go with number one? Tell you what the number one.
Yeah, number one.
All right, the number one most bullshit ass hobby for your bullshit ass life is wine tasting.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I thought it was slacklining, but you tipped me. You actually converted me to your argument when you said that all of our choices were very much look at me, and wine tasting is listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that line, I was like, actually, he's right. He won.
Yeah.
It's also like the idea that like wines have different grades and stuff is so much more bullshit.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Adam Ruins Everything,
Yeah.
he talks about like you can just like name something and tell them like, oh, it has notes of table.
Yeah.
What is slacklining?
Slacklining, yeah.
Where you put that string up.
It's like you put a little tightrope, maybe about 10 inches off the ground between two trees in a park. You also have no shirt on. You're wearing like but you're also wearing a scarf, and you balance on it, and then you have girls next to you who are like very fit, and then you guys do this weird balance yoga, kind of like it looks like an open mic for Cirque du Soleil.
so funny because that's exactly in Delaware. I used to go to this rock climbing gym, and I tried to hang out with some of those guys outside of the gym, and that was a huge mistake. Like
You got your rock climbing friends, and that's where they live.
Yeah, because that should be cool. And then they like I was at a party, and then they ripped out the slack line. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like it's like
out the slackline.
Well, it's kind of like tightrope walking with no consequences.
I should say that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is tightrope walking with no consequences. It's like training wheels for tightrope walking.
Yeah,
but they already have nets for tightrope
I was gonna
walking.
say, they're
It's
literally
like,
training wheels.
But I mean, it's just like I just want a tightrope walk, but I don't have to go to a place to do it. So
It's like parkouring on a rubber band.
yeah, it's like it's like kind of like
that would be cooler.
It's like the opposite of being in a hammock. It's like the same setup, but you're
Constantly out of
working
it.
on your core
Yeah.
during the whole time instead of taking a nap.
walking on it. Hey, why don't you walk on a hammock that's too small?
Yeah.
That's slacklining. I should say the date I went on with the healer, when I mentioned this to her, because and by the way, no sense of humor. She was like, "Excuse me? Are you talking about people who knit?" I'm like, "Yes." And then I mentioned the slackline. She goes,
like I said, those goddamn knitters. Because that's the way you would say it. You would really drop that. You'd really hit that N really hard.
It's knitters with a K, idiot. So I told her about slacklining. She goes, "Oh yeah, I know that. I love slacklining." And so we started talking about this. Of course, the healer is into the slacklining.
Really?
Oh, by the way,
centers your chakras.
I forgot to mention this. So the healer, she was telling me about like how amazing this experience was, where she was healing someone, and she kind of I was like, well, what happened? What did they have? She goes, cancer. And I'm like, well, what happened? She goes, she died. And I'm like,
damn.
What?
Dang, man, that's
some dark humor.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Did you know this person? She goes, no, just a friend of a friend's mom, and she goes, but it was amazing. Every time I kept getting phone calls from her saying, "Are you doing something right now?" And I'd say, "Yes, I am." And then I'm like, but she died. She fucking died. Yeah. You didn't heal shit.
Yeah,
what did you do?
Hard to call yourself a healer.
I think there's a value in having a positive attitude through something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would necessarily link it to curing cancer.
Again, it's just like the term, creator. Healers, it's just a big word for what you're saying you're doing.
It really, even doctors don't call them, legitimate doctors who actually heal don't call themselves healers.
I mean, you're a crystal buyer.
Yeah.
If you said I buy crystals, I'm like, okay, cool, I know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. A couple more super chats. We got one from Joseph Chiodo for $2. Thank you, Joseph. One from Eric Harris for $1.99. Says Jared from Subway pays $5 to eat your 5-year-old feet. We got a fair amount when we were talking about Subway. We got a fair amount of Subway pedophilia jokes in there because of Jared from Subway. You remember that?
Yeah.
People forget. Like that was a huge fucking scandal for Subway.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Pot Awful for $1.99 says, Ron, baby cock, will you please in and out me? I don't even know what this
I don't even know.
gay meme is all of a sudden.
Yeah.
GNator for $2 says, please go on a date with me, Ron. I need you. Buy Sniper for $1. Thank you guys for the super chats. Anyway, Ron.
Love my fans, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of...
You're an influencer.
Speaking of influence, let's hear Ron's Babcock tip.
All right, here it is. I don't know if I've already said this one, so if I have, call me out on it, but it's for... Did I tell the one about Craigslist?
No, I don't think so.
Sounds like it could be a
This
book.
is the Craigslist thing where I've been searching a lot for some... I like mid-century because I'm white, and I've been searching for stuff, but like Craigslist it's great. It's actually awesome. But people do one thing wrong is they just type what they want into Craigslist. And they're like, oh, let's take a look. No, you can't do that because you're looking through all the stuff has already been picked over. You have to treat it like showing up at a yard sale at 6 a.m. So what you do is you type in what you want, and there'll be a little check mark in the upper left-hand corner that's posted today. So you make sure that posted today is always checked, and then you drag that to your bookmark menu. So you never have to type it in again. Put in all your parameters. You don't want to pay more than like $100 or whatever, or you don't want to drive more than 20 miles from your zip code, whatever. But always make sure you click posted today. So then when you wake up in the morning, you'd be the first one out the yard sale, click on that little bookmark you set up, and then it'll just show you what was posted today. Now, you're not going to find what you want immediately, maybe sometimes, but generally over a couple days, you'll see the stuff that was posted like right then and there. And the good stuff goes quick.
Yeah.
So when you just search for Craigslist, you're just searching through all the shit that people didn't want.
Right.
So just always make sure posted today is clicked, and you'll find what you need.
That's a really good tip, Ron. I like that a lot. Oops. I didn't.
You son of a bitch.
I just meant to hit the right next to you.
Is there a checkbox for like murder rating?
No murder rating. Although there is also a checkbox for post duplicates or bundle duplicates, because you have those assholes who keep posting the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So I always check mark that one too to make it clean. But I'm telling you, because Daddy's on the search. Unky Ronnie needs a credenza. So because I've been living life without a credenza this whole time.
Just so he clarified earlier, he was white.
Don't even
Is that a flower?
don't even come at me if your century's not mid. You know what I mean?
My friend Roy. See, Ron, when you said credenza, I'm like, it's fine. It's Ron. You know what a credenza is. But my friend Roy in Utah, who I talked about a while ago.
Yeah,
who,
you talked about Roy.
Yeah, he mispronounced chaos as chaos.
Hey, I know a friend that did that as well.
But then he also thinks it's right. That's the
he
best
thinks
part
it's right
about it.
And so this guy has the vocabulary of someone you would imagine if they use the word chaos incorrectly. He uses, he likes to eat corn dogs, and he mispronounces pollo as polo chicken.
This guy needs a YouTube channel.
Yeah. And out of nowhere, he drops.
It's like Archie Bunker from All in the Family.
Yeah, and out of nowhere, he'll drop like, "Oh, go ahead and put it on the credenza." I'm like, "Fuck you, Roy."
You don't know Poyo, but you know credenza.
Yeah, you know credenza. Get fucked. We're on the side table. He goes, well, what do you call it? I'm like, side table,
Hey,
end
can you
table,
pass
coffee
me my,
table.
my abattoir?
Surface.
Based on your vocabulary, you should just grunt and point.
Yeah. Oh man, this guy. I could go on. Anyway, good tip, Ron. You went deep diving in the Craigslist.
Oh, I almost get everything through Craigslist.
Yeah.
I
use
Facebook
Craigslist a lot
Marketplace.
too for instruments and stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I get production gear, stuff like that from Craigslist all the time.
I get a lot of furniture stuff. I don't like to buy any of the new shit. But just because it's so much cheaper, and you end up kind of getting some cool stuff. So
Yeah, it's like the hobo IKEA.
yeah.
Dude, that's a good way of putting Craigslist.
And it is like you got to do a little bit of the work, but like
Hey, some of the shit's free.
That's true.
Well, it's like you open up some of the stuff and you're like a couch for like $1,500. Like fuck.
I like
off.
buying something that is attached to a story. You know?
Yeah.
I don't like new shit.
Yeah, I do like this story. Sometimes people, although there's a lot of tryhards now. Like there was a couple of viral posts that went around for like their Jeep or whatever. It's like you gotta be real fucking rugged. Now they're all like copy and pasting that fucking thing every time someone wants to sell their Jeep.
Oh God, yeah.
I will say this though, Ron. There's a service I found a while ago as a website that does an automatic Craigslist search for you every day for certain items that you're looking for.
Tight.
Yeah, which I think combined with your newly posted. By the way, that newly posted tip, really good tip for, I would say, almost everything, even like dating websites. Yep. You want to see like the fresh
Fresh fish.
Yeah, the fresh fish. Because like any girl who's been on a dating website for more than a
Who's
week.
full of hope?
Yeah, yeah. Because
You deal with it the same way as Craigslist. It's like what's theirs, like what everyone else doesn't want.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the new stuff.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
You get the funk going. All right. Well, we should get to the voicemail. Speaking of funk,
Ron, when you open your computer, do you have like 100 tabs going across the top?
No, I don't go too crazy. I have like 2 or 3. I just bought a new car. And that was like kind of the biggest search. Anybody who's one other thing, because I would never use this as an official Babcock tip, so this is the throwaway tip. But I found out that AAA has a used car buying service. I never buy a new car, never buy a car from a dealership. I'm not interested in paying for somebody's overhead. I buy a used car. I take to my mechanic who I trust. He looks at it for 20 minutes and he tells me either A, buy this car or don't buy this car. Right. So if you're looking for a used car, just do one thing is this is what a mechanic showed me to do on the fly to make sure the frame is straight. It just find out if it's been in an accident is put your fingers behind the tire and measure how many fingers is between the tire and the frame of the car. It'll usually be like 3 or 4 fingers. You'll know the frame is bent if one side you could fit 4 fingers in and the other side you could only fit like 2 fingers in.
Sounds like prom night.
Is this also a dating tip?
That's a dating tip for sure. Because then you know if it's a salvage or not.
I've dated some salvages. Do not recommend.
I would recommend if you're a AAA member, which is actually one of the best things you could do, is go on AAA. They have a used car buying service. And that, if you want to buy from a dealership, they'll show you all the dealers. And if you call them and you say, hey, I'm interested in that Nissan Versa or the Honda Fit, and I found you through the AAA buying website, they'll go, oh, cool, you get a discount. Starting at 100 and then going up to like a lot for a newer car. But the car I was looking at a 2012, and they were going to give me a $500 discount.
But is this a real discount, or is it just that?
Yeah, because it's just like one of those things. We have a partnership with AAA, and if you go through the AAA portal and you find their car through them, then you get a discount.
But isn't it like the same as like just negotiating with a dealership?
Maybe, yeah, I know. But for the cars I'm looking at, it's like it's $5,000,
shortcut.
bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like,
this is like if you don't want to haggle, you just like show them you're an
'cause
influencer.
I'm also like believing like don't ever have a car payment. You save up for cash so that you never have to deal with like I never want to like. I'm not paying for financing. I'm not paying interest. You know, it's just that's the way I rule my life.
Well, we should get
so many tips.
Some voicemail. Yeah, speaking of tips, this is a voicemail about Ron's Babcock tip from a couple weeks ago. He's talking about tongue scrapers. Listen to this.
Hey, another shout out for Rob Blobcock and the Blobcock tip. I've been using this tongue scraper thing now for like, I don't know, 7 days. And like, I just went to open my bathroom cabinet and there was a goddamn leprechaun in there. And this leprechaun was like, hey man, nice tongue. It's clean as shit. So get this. I grew another dick. So thanks again to you, Rob Blobcock. Just best tip. Real good tip. Yeah, I'll leave you guys alone now. All right. Thanks. Bye. Go fuck yourself.
That was
Yeah, you know, and I said when I was going to start doing these tips that you would grow another dick.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people made fun of me, but I was right.
Unky Ronnie delivers.
It's the old Unky Ronnie blobcock.
It's so funny because I was
blobcock blip.
I was thinking about buying tongue scrapers this week. It's so
dude, you
ironic.
got to,
and
man.
now I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a second dick. That's awesome.
Hey.
Own one.
Plus, you'll have
One
a
dick?
better breath.
Small dick,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the breath was like a secondary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really want those 2 dicks.
It's just my hands are really big.
Yeah.
That's how I cope.
I just got a visual and I'm sitting there thinking for a second. I'm like, well, here's another voicemail. I looked down at your hands as soon as you said that. I'm like, yeah, those are big hands. And then I'm like, well, you can see the like my face. Anyway, here's another voicemail. This one's about car mods and the hobby of car mods. We talked about that.
Wow, just listening to the last debate about hobbies. Basically, fuck you guys and your opinions, because the whole thing about cars, you guys are like, basically, you don't understand it, so you hate it. And that's pretty retarded. So, yeah, fuck you guys.
America, man, right?
I was expecting something
I
like
was,
car mod people.
I was thinking about that actually during the week. Like when we got to the end of the podcast, I was like, I don't really hate car mods that much. It's like, you know what it is to me?
People.
I hate some. I don't hate car mods, but I hate some car mods. Like there's some things I see that I think are just dumb as shit, like weird LED lights and unnecessary spoilers.
Right.
But when some people do some cool shit and they're making their car their own, like, you know, I don't know. I mean,
Like when anybody makes any mod to a Scion.
Well, it was like, what was it? Fast and the Furious started all this bullshit.
That's the thing. It
To
comes
where-
down to like some guy who thinks he's Fast and the Furious.
Every freaking car afterward had like some sort of thing, like sticker on the side of the car. It just became like this stigma is started from that to where like car mods is like also douchebags.
Type R Nitro.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, that's it just looks like a date rape wagon. Like,
and you know, I'm under the impression that if some people, other people are talking about your car, then that's cool. But if you're talking about your car,
shit.
that's you're a fucking asshole.
Well, you know, I always hated lowered cars because
God.
to me, I'm just like, you're just fucking scraping up the bottom of your.
I love Cadillacs because of the ride.
Yeah.
So anything lowered or like springs cut, coils like lowered, dampeners, all that shit, like.
So we have some friends that have like some
Could
like
be
souped
hemorrhoids, though, too.
up Teslas, and the Teslas are cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But they have them like modded so they're like super low again, you know. And they're like, oh, I can't drive here because the dips. You're like, why the fuck did you do that in your car then?
It's just like you take. It's like fixing bicycles. It's like you take a bicycle that's been, hey, this is a really good way of transportation. Like take the brakes off, and then like it's like you're taking away functionality, which kind of drives me crazy.
So, unrelated. Next voicemail I got. I had 2 voicemails back to back about a video I made like in 2000. I don't know, 15.
Really?
16? Yeah,
That's crazy.
This video I made about life hacks. I got like 2 voicemails about that. Like 2 different people. Listen to this.
All right, Maddox, I've got a story for you here, all right? So you wrote an article about this a while ago or a video or something, I don't know. But these motherfuckers, all right, I'm at In-N-Out Burger, okay? I'm buying a cheeseburger, all right? And I see this fucker, and he deconstructed the goddamn ketchup cup to hold more ketchup. And ketchup spilling all over his fucking hand because he's a fucking idiot. This motherfucker taking his fucking ketchup back to his seat like a goddamn idiot. Whoever thought that was a good idea? Whoever thought it was a good idea to deconstruct a fucking cup instead of just getting 2 cups of ketchup like a fat fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, he was so angry. So I made this video a while back where I was deconstructing like food life hacks, and one of them was like this food website, like Food Beast or Food Eatery or something like that. And they were like, "Here's a life hack for more ketchup," and they just take the little cup and they deconstruct it so it's like a plate.
You
You
pull the pleats out.
you pull the pleats out.
you get more ketchup.
Well, how about just getting 2?
But you also, it's like, I think it's some physicists out there could probably correct me, but like I think it doesn't matter because I think the volume is the same.
It's also like some of these life hacks where they do so much to make your life so much easier that it just ends up making everything more complicated. Like there's a point where there's like the law of diminishing returns kicks in, and you're like, really what you're doing is just, it's another look at me thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when remember that thing that went around like, you've been eating bananas wrong your entire life, and you're like,
God.
fuck you. Yeah, I still eat the banana.
Yeah.
It's still being digested.
I want to headbutt people like that.
It's like car mods for people who don't know about cars.
Yeah,
Damn. Rod just nailed it.
Here's a banana mod. That was in my video
Banana
too.
mod?
Yeah, that was in my video too. The banana one, where this thing went around viral a while back. It's like, you've been eating bananas wrong your whole life, and it's one of those things where you're supposed to feel like your whole fucking mind just got blown. Oh shit, I'm an idiot. Like the pineapple one that's going around viral right now.
Oh,
it's like
you pick it apart.
Yeah, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depending on the pineapple. But like the banana one.
What's the
I didn't
pineapple
see
one?
the pineapple.
Like it's basically like each of the spines can like be picked out as like an individual bite. I don't think that actually works like
You got to
that.
watch it. There's a video on YouTube.
I mean, if that's true, that'd be amazing.
You're sold.
It is, but a certain ripeness of pineapple. If they're not ripe enough, it's just not going to work.
Pineapples are like peaches, you know.
Yeah.
They're ripe, and then you gotta move.
Like
you have to move it because otherwise it's just too much. The way you tell a pineapple is ripe is you turn it upside down and you put your face into its little pineapple butt, and if it really smells like a pineapple, then it's good to go.
Yeah.
But if you don't really get that smell, it's not good to go, and you'll have a underripened pineapple. And
he rotates pineapple.
I rotate my pineapples.
Yeah,
like the actual pineapple, like so that the sugars like get equal.
Oh really?
Oh
You're
shit!
a pineapple boy.
Wait, so you have a rotisserie pineapple?
I buy the pineapple. It's nice and green, which means don't eat it. You let it sit on one side, and then as it starts to get gold, I turn it, and it starts to get gold all the way through. So as I'm rotating, the sugars are getting all through the pineapple, everything. It's really just bullshit. I'm just lying to you guys.
It also means that it takes 2 weeks to eat a pineapple.
Yeah, so he's like, today?
It's like, can we eat the pineapple yet?
Vince, I don't know if you're a dad, but if you aren't, you're going to be a great dad.
Thanks, man. I got dad jokes for years.
Who touched my pineapple? I've been rotating a pineapple for 2
This has been 7 days of rotating. Who touched it?
I know you touched it.
The sugars are uneven. You got like a little bloated side of it.
Yeah, you like, I'm going to throw it away because the sugars are all over the place.
Now I got to do a pH test for some reason. I don't know why.
So here's another voicemail about that video from like 2016 or something. Life hack video.
Hey, Maddox. Dom. Recently, we've been talking about all this Babcock tips and all those awesome, cool stuff that he's been bringing. But what about this Maddox tip? I want everyone to go check out the videos that you posted a long ass time ago of you wiping the dirt from apples on your BuzzFeed video years ago. People need to fucking realize that they need to wash the damn apples and get their heads out of their ass and fucking wipe the dirt off their shit. So that's a Maddox tip for you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
So hygiene.
Was the life hack just to clean your fruit?
Yeah. So there was a video.
I clean my fruit every morning.
There was a video. This was another thing that went viral. People were like, "You've been eating apples wrong your whole life." And
Oh
they were
shit!
like,
What did I do wrong?
yeah, they're like, "Well, you should just eat the whole thing from the bottom."
Oh
to
yeah,
core.
they say you could eat except for the seeds.
Yeah,
right?
because they said it's like a very small.
Yeah, except the
part.
center of the apple sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. And they were like, "That's how you're supposed to eat an apple. Eat the whole thing because you're wasting up to 30%." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "You fucking idiots!"
How do you eat an apple that you waste 30%?
Exactly, it's a bullshit made up statistic.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I showed
5%.
Yeah.
Here's something that people don't quite know about apples, which is the top where the core is kind of like a funnel for dirt and insecticide. So if you just take a paper towel and then wet it and then put it in the core and just kind of twist it inside the core where the stem is,
That's right.
pull it out, it's just dirt. There's
It's
so
nasty.
much mud and dirt in there. So even if you eat the apple and you eat right up to that edge of that core, you're eating a shit ton of dirt, insects,
Just rainbow
insecticide.
kissing the shit out of that.
Yeah, so I was like, this tip is fucking stupid and potentially dangerous because you're just eating a bunch of fucking dirt and an insecticide, you fucking idiots. Yeah, so anyway, that was part of my video.
Yeah, it's just one of those things like
Washing the apples, even if they're
That'd
clean,
be
because
one.
they're usually waxed.
Yeah,
This is the Indiana boy.
Well, that's the thing,
They're
too.
usually
Just-
waxed, so you need to clean a lot of things off of it.
Just overall,
At best.
for everyone listening, clean your fucking vegetables.
Unless it's mushroom.
It's just the first step you're supposed to do. Like whether you can cook or not, just clean. You got to clean.
Unless
your
it's
shit.
mushrooms, because there's supposed to be chicken shit on it.
I was just about to ask Vince, but what about mushrooms? I honestly was.
Mushrooms, like I have like
brush
a
them
French cooking style like that I've learned. So
Is that where you just give up halfway through?
yeah, it's well, you have to smoke a lot of cigarettes during it. Like
And you can only eat baguette.
That's it. Truffles. With the mushrooms especially, you got to wash mushrooms. But with the portobellos, you actually have to clean the fins out as well. So when you buy a portobello, you chop the stem. You got to clean all those fins out because it also carries a ton of fucking bacteria and shit. And
so you do rinse your mushrooms then? You're you're buttoning cremini mushrooms and all that.
Are you doing a bit, Ron?
I'm not doing a bit. I'm very serious because I used to wash my mushrooms, and then a bunch of people were like, "Don't wash your mushrooms."
You're not technically supposed to get them wet because they're just sponges.
Right. So how do you clean your normal mushrooms?
I wash them up. You see this little like thumb action there? Oh,
I see that. That is straight up sexual.
There's a mushroom in there if you can imagine.
If you want to stop by in Pennsylvania, Kennett Square is like the mushroom capital of the world. And they have Mushroom Festival every year. We've actually played a show at Mushroom Festival. They have like cream of mushroom, ice cream, like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of love those like crazy ass bullshit where it's like Gilroy has their garlic festival.
But we've never actually
puts garlic and shit you never wanted garlic in.
But we've never actually tried the
garlic yogurt. Cool.
Yeah. We've actually tried the mushroom ice cream though, because every time we've like been to that festival to play or something, they sold out like in the first like minute or something.
Jesus.
But yeah, anyway, that thing was like we were supposed to have a little bit of chicken shit on it. Just brush it off.
Wash your mushrooms. It's all right.
All right, man. You heard it here. It's probably not first.
Well, there you go. Well, that's it for the voicemail. We should get on to some quick news headlines. I got a couple of quick ones. You know, Ron, I like these stories. I always bring these in. This town in Vermont just elected a goat as its mayor. It's another one of those small town folksy, like, hey, look at this quirky thing we're doing.
Are you sure we're not in like a Michael J. Fox movie?
Is he an influencer?
Yeah. The goat is
probably is
an influencer. It does say here he is an influencer.
Instagram page
says when residents of Fairhaven, Vermont voted for mayor, they weren't kidding around. They chose a Nubian goat named Lincoln.
There's a lot to unpack in that statement.
Yeah. Like it's so bad, nobody voted for a human. They were like, this goat is better than all you fucks.
Well, listen to the number of votes. With 13 votes, Lincoln eked out a victory over Sammy the dog, who received 10 votes.
Another animal.
Oh, my God.
As the town's first honorary pet mayor. Lincoln will attend events throughout the year and already has plans to march in a parade on Memorial Day. He will officially take office on Tuesday. Fairhaven is home to 2,500 people and does not have a human mayor. Yeah, we gathered that.
Fairhaven headline, whimsy up 10%.
Somebody get on that merch.
Town manager Joseph Gunter.
Town manager, the actual mayor.
Yeah. Heard about a town in Michigan that voted for an honorary pet mayor, and he thought it would be fun to do the same thing in Fairhaven. For just $5, residents could enter their pets in the race, with every dollar going towards the building of a community playground. Not only was $100 raised...
That's so sad.
No, Gunter told the Associated Press that it was also a great way to introduce the elementary school kids to local government.
Why would you introduce kids to government? We're governments when you could have goats and a mayor.
They raised $100
for a playground. They couldn't even buy like the mulch.
No, you can't even buy enough paint to cover
here,
the
kids,
gate.
Here's like a bucket and a stick. Like you have to share it.
That's
but there's only like 13 kids in the city anyway, right?
The saddest fucking thing. And speaking of Taco Bell, man storms Taco Bell, makes his own Mexican pizza. This happened at a drive-thru. A customer was enraged by the paucity of meat. Paucity is a good word. Paucity of meat on his Mexican pizza, and he stormed to Taco Bell in South Carolina and walked into the kitchen area and began making his own food, police reported. According to cops, the suspect entered the Taco Bell in Spartanburg Wednesday afternoon complaining that there was not enough meat on his Mexican pizza. A store employee told the cops that she remade the suspect's food. The man, however, was equally displeased with his second pizza and demanded a refund. When she told him that was not possible since the manager was not on the premises, the suspect became enraged, declaring that he would show the employees how to make his food the appropriate way, according to the police report.
Damn.
The man then walked in behind the counter in the kitchen and began making his own food. The Taco Bell worker noted that the suspect did not follow proper health and safety guidelines by not wearing protective gloves while making his food. The Taco Bell employee said the suspect made himself another Mexican pizza and subsequently left the store and the premises. The man, the worker said, was angry and upset throughout the entire time in the facility, and he used foul language in response to her repeated demands to leave the Taco Bell.
So
I'm siding with the dude on this one based on personal experience. We've all thought that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I kind of want to know. Like, obviously, we reached a man who was pushed to the end of his.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the final straw. Like, I want to know what else is going on in that man's life where he reacted like that.
He was
to that
waiting.
situation.
He was waiting in drive-thru for half an hour.
Who hurt him?
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that guy.
Yeah. Also,
he's very passionate about his pizza.
It's not just about. I mean, either he's like a veteran, or his wife or partner left him, or like is he that? I don't know. There's something else going on there.
Someone unrotated his pineapple.
Yeah, I think somebody fucking rotated his pineapple without his permission.
Who touched it?
I think the rest of the article too mentioned that his girlfriend was in the car or something like that, and he went in to make this pizza. By the way, the Taco Bell worker was like, he didn't follow proper standards. I wonder if there was any crime at all.
Yeah, I know. Or if he just like, congratulations, you just got yourself a job.
Oh, jeez. We have a friend who had a nickname Pyro, and I
know he's been on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So did he tell you the story? Like what he told us why he's called Pyro?
No.
It's because he got like pissed at Taco Bell and like set it on fire.
What the fuck? Seriously?
That's what he told us. I don't know if it's real or not, but
I mean,
I don't see it. I don't disbelieve it because I felt like that before.
Pyro, who's been on the show a while ago, I love following him on social media because every single post is in all caps. Yeah. And I read it in his voice yelling.
Yeah. Him and our friend Q, like, it's like, I swear there's like a scroll behind his Facebook and then like someone else in person. Because they talk to him in person, like, oh, yeah, you're fine. And then they
chill,
really like nasty, heated opinions.
Dude,
online.
Well, it's so funny because like I kind of put my foot in my mouth with that guy, and he probably doesn't remember this at all. But I was talking to him we're talking about social media. I was like, yeah, man, I think it's weird when like you go to somebody's page and it's just pictures of them. I just think that's weird. It's like I'm scrolling by just pictures of your face. Like, I don't know. I just think that's weird. And he was like, haha, yeah. And then
Sounds like Pyro.
And then I looked on his Instagram. I was like, oh, fuck.
It's just his face.
Just his face.
Yep.
But I still stand by my statement.
Even his stories.
People are going to look back at this and be like, yeah, that was a weird thing. Like, we all have our own page and it's just pictures of us.
Yeah. Like, even with my stories, like, I hate using the front-facing camera on myself. Like,
you hate using the front hole?
I want to use the back hole. You know, it's a cleaner look.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No. You know, bruising goes away after a couple days.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Sounds like you need to rotate yourself, man.
Start using that front hole.
Man, extra bonus Babcock tip right at the buzzer.
Hey.
Anyway, guys, Vince and Rod, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find us at either
all the music platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff under RKVC. We have a shit ton of music.
RKVC. I'm going on a road trip tonight, so I'm going to listen to RKVC on Spotify.
Our latest big single is called "Wrong Things, Right People."
Yeah,
and then on socials, like YouTube's probably our biggest thing, but we're on all the normal socials under RKVC. But check out YouTube if you want to see us do a bunch of dumb shit.
Sweet.
Yeah. Very cool. And Ron?
You follow me, Hey Ron, on Instagram and Ron Babcock on Twitter. My website's it was down for a while, but now it's back up. Still designed in iWeb, because Maddox and I believe that you should always have a website that's at least 10 years old.
Correct.
Coded in Notepad.
Yeah, it's
yeah. I use VI still.
It's a website brought to you by iWeb 08.
Okay. Well, we and then I got a couple last super chats right before we close out. We got from Pie Sniper for $1 and Gianator for $2 Canadian. Says, Ron, will you sell me some of your PP?
Jesus Christ, man, the guys creep me out.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this week's episode.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you to the Rear Admiral Tangents, Ron Babcock.
Thank you, Maddox.
Thank you to Rod and Vince.
Yeah.
But most of all, you're welcome.
What the fuck is wrong with eating ass? I love eating ass. Quit harping on eating ass, motherfucker.
Jesus.
That wasn't even one of the hobbies we played.
Hey there. Don't forget to subscribe to Madcast shows on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Okay, bye. Madcast Media Network.